Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in to this reading today. Simply by being present here, you are contributing your own powerful frequency to the reading, and this allows you to be a co-creator along with everyone else here in manifesting all of the messages that come forth through the reading. Now, if you would like to contribute your energy in a stronger way, I do recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energy transfer that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on you and your vibration. Okay, so I'm going to start today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. I'm hearing the name Mary, so those could be letter initials for someone or someone's name here. This also could relate to a literal marriage, or symbolically speaking, maybe there is someone in your energy that wants to take things to the next level with you. So of course, I do channel many different people, situations, and connections. So at the end of the day, it's always my goal to connect you with your own intuition, because your intuition is the compass of your life. That's really where all of your answers are. And it's my goal through these messages to help you make those intuitive knowings more conscious for yourself. But of course, not everything here will likely resonate with you individually. Okay, so what do those listening to this reading need to know most about their current life path? Wow, okay, two very beautiful cards to be starting off this reading. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune not reversed, in the upright position. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm feeling a powerful divine feminine energy coming through from this card. So I am going to be putting the term divine feminine in the title of this reading video, because I feel that I am being guided to address the divine feminine collective specifically here. So do keep in mind, for those of you who are new, these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, describe energy dynamics and are not necessarily related to a particular gender. In fact, we all have a balance internally of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. So you might find that certain messages apply to your internal divine masculine or divine feminine, or of course, they could also apply to an external person or situation. So for the divine feminine I'm speaking to here, you've been holding a very abundant frequency for a while now. I'm hearing the word vision. So you may have been holding some kind of vision for yourself or your life that is now beginning to break above the surface of the manifested physical world, just like a seed planted in the ground. When you water and nurture it, ultimately breaks above the surface of the earth. So if you aren't yet seeing evidence of your abundant frequency manifesting in the physical world, this could be a predictive message for what is coming in the upcoming weeks and months. We also have the Wheel of Fortune card. So this is, I'm hearing soulmates and upheaval coming from this card, which I know sounds strange, but we are going to get into that. So I'm feeling that the upheaval aspect here is that while many things in your life are turning for the better, while you are beginning to see this powerful evidence showing up in your life of this frequency that you're holding within yourself. You also might feel as though you're on a bit of a roller coaster where there is a lot of upheaval and change that feels almost constant. Now, another way to conceptualize this upheaval is that you are shifting through timelines very quickly because you are evolving at an extremely rapid rate. And of course, while that evolution can be exhilarating, there's also the other side of the coin where at times it can look like a lot of perpetual upheaval and change. I'm specifically hearing that in relationships, you might be seeing this upheaval in the most dominant way. So you may be feeling as though your social environment or those in your life, either platonically or romantically, are often shifting or changing. Certain people may enter your life dramatically and unexpectedly. Other people may seem to suddenly leave your life. And in some cases, you may have certain soulmates kind of weaving in and out of your physical life experience. Again, this is all part of the process for you. It's all part of the path that you've chosen, because I'm hearing elevating, not settling. Most people choose to settle down with a person, either in a romantic sense or even just in a communal sense, in a society sense. Most people are trained to settle down, but you came to Earth to elevate, not to settle. So this puts you at a direct contradiction with how much of society teaches many people to live their lives. You are breaking out of that programming around settling, and you are living this example of someone who is constantly leveling up, someone who is constantly elevating, evolving themselves and their mindset and their life and their relationships. And again, the other side of this is many things in your life may often feel in flux. I'm seeing like those waves on the ocean. And that is why you are really practicing the art of surrender, because surrender is the equivalent of being able to surf on the waves rather than trying to control them. You are riding those waves of your life in a way that, by the way, is beginning to look quite magical to the people around you, because they see the upheaval, they see the change, but they see you always seeming to emerge back on top, always being able to take those waves and ride them through an attitude of surrender, and actually using those waves to push you further along in your goals, dreams, or visions. This also plays into that art of alchemy and you being that alchemist of your life, being capable of transmuting the highs and the lows, the heaviness, the shadow into progression towards whatever it is you are manifesting. Everything in your life becomes your fuel, in a sense, fueling your dreams, fueling your manifestations, even circumstances that may seem to be very challenging to other people. And you've been doing this since the beginning of your life, I'm getting, because whoever I'm speaking to, I feel I'm channeling into someone who was actually born into very challenging circumstances or a challenging environment of some sort. Now, this will look very different from person to person. But here we have the card Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So there's something about internal strength, internal courage. We also have the Ego Death card. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Once again, I'm getting that alchemist energy. An energy akin to what we could also refer to as the phoenix. There's even a Rumi oracle card about the phoenix, and we often read from that card in these collective readings. I do tend to pull Rumi oracle cards at the end of the readings, but typically we read from that card someone who is allowing certain aspects of themselves, of their life, to be deconstructed so that upon those ashes, they can build something new. And so this is really interesting that this is coming up here, because I feel that you have had the courage to outgrow past versions of yourself and people and things and environments that were attached to those outdated versions of self. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards here. My guides want me to speak on something related to these soulmates. I said that soulmates were connecting with this Wheel of Fortune energy. I'm hearing many soulmates are seeking the opportunity to connect with you at the energetic level, meaning they may not consciously be aware of you, but at a soul level, you share past lives together and their higher self is seeking you out, wanting to coordinate some kind of physical meeting in the world. So I'm going to turn to the energy oracle cards here. And I want to know more about these soulmates. So who are these soulmates seeking you out? Okay, we have Door to Spirit in the reverse position. So there is a soulmate. And again, when I say soulmate, these are just those who share a similar core soul frequency to your own. So they don't necessarily have to be romantic. These could be platonic soulmates as well. This could be as well people that you've met in this physical lifetime already, people that you share past life history with, but you haven't yet physically met, or people coming in futuristically. So of course, time doesn't exist at that level of energy. So we are all on different waves and timelines, and take the messages accordingly. But what I'm getting here is the energy of a soulmate of yours who has been not living in alignment with their higher self. So this is someone who has been, I'm hearing, very physically focused, very physically oriented. This is someone who, I'm hearing the word tangible, touch. Like this is someone who is very logical, very physical world oriented, meaning they haven't given much conscious thought to spiritual concepts or ideas. They tend to live life very on the surface, very much focused on exclusively the things that they can see, feel, measure, and touch. This may be someone as well who has had many connections that have been purely physical or purely superficial. I don't feel like this is someone who's encountered many deeper soul connections, especially romantically, if any at all. They may have never encountered a deeper soul connection, but I'm hearing shocked. Like that might be why you shocked this person, because you do share a deeper soul connection with them. Now, this is someone who has been seeking to align with a higher path for themselves, but at a very subconscious level. It's almost as though this person manifested you into their life, but very subconsciously, because their soul was desiring growth, desiring expansion, desiring more depth out of life. I'm hearing Groundhog Day. So they may feel as though they've kind of been living life on a loop, as though things are continuously repeating themselves. And for a while, they may have enjoyed the pleasures of physical life experience, materially speaking, but it's almost like they're getting bored of that loop, bored of the mundane nature of their life that's starting to feel very repetitive. But there's something powerful happening in their third eye chakra, the seat of their intuition. I feel like they are beginning to kind of wake from this physical sleep of unconsciousness a little bit, and it's starting to open their third eye slightly. And this is causing them again to begin longing for something more satisfying, and something that's more aligned with their soul at a deeper level. But I'm getting that if you've met this person physically in this lifetime, they didn't recognize at first consciously that what the two of you shared was something deeper. And that threw some complications into this connection. I just saw the number 444 because it's as though you recognized instantly that this was a soul connection. I'm hearing when you looked at them, you knew. Again, only for those of you who have physically met this person already. However, for them, they felt the pull towards you, but they didn't know how to understand it. So they understood it as just physical attraction. They didn't quite realize that there is this deeper soul component to your bond. However, with the Patience card reversed, this person is now getting very restless because I feel as though they are finally beginning to realize that there is a soul component to what is going on between the two of you. I'm seeing something about the eyes. So there's a very powerful eye connection here. I almost feel as though subconsciously through making eye contact with this person, it's almost like they've been downloading energetic information through that eye connection. And this has been awakening them. I know this sounds really strange, but when we encounter these either very high level soulmates, or this could be a twin flame for some of you, just depending on how similar your core soul frequency is to one another. But regardless, in these cases, through the eye connection, there is a deep recognition, but also the ability to transfer huge amounts of energy. And so I'm getting that when you've looked into each other's eyes, it's like you've been transmitting this very high vibrational energy to this person. And this has been gradually, very slowly working its way through them, causing them to open their third eye, to begin to see things a bit differently at a bit of a deeper level, until finally they've reached this tipping point where it's like they're suddenly having some realizations about this connection that are making them very restless, like suddenly wanting to move very quickly, or suddenly wanting to say something to you or take action towards you, or I'm hearing to be very blunt or very obvious about how they're feeling. And even if this hasn't happened yet between you in the physical, this may be something that you are now sensing coming. Like you can sense this person is getting near to communicating something very strongly towards you, or taking some kind of strong action towards you. Okay, so in the extended version of this reading, I will be channeling more into this person's innermost thoughts and feelings, how they're feeling restless here, and how that restlessness may potentially push them into communication or action towards you. So if you do want to tune in to the extended version of this reading with those messages, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and move along and see if I can channel into anyone else who might be connected to your aura or sending you some kind of energy at this time. Okay, so who or what else is connected to your energy? Okay, so we have the goddess of the moon in the reverse position here. Okay, this feels like someone who is in a state of longing. This is someone feeling a compulsion towards you, feeling a very strong longing towards you because they've recognized you as this powerful, radiant, divine, feminine being. Although they may not literally use those words, the word goddess is coming up here. So that might actually be a word that they use as they think of you as being this ethereal goddess-like being. They're realizing some kind of truth here that they're not sure what to do about, but they seem to be wanting to communicate it. So it's creating this internal conflict for this person. Now, again, this could be the same person that came up earlier in the reading because these are energies that I'm channeling. So multiple energies can be connected to the same physical person. This also could be someone entirely different or someone that does not resonate with your situation at all. But this is someone who, it's like I keep hearing them say, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know what to do about the way that I'm feeling. This is someone who, with door to personal healing and happiness in the reverse position, I'm hearing that this may be someone who's jumped from relationship to relationship or from some kind of connection to another connection. I just feel as though they tend to struggle with really being alone with themselves and really deeply introspecting. But I feel that that's what's happening here because they're perceiving you as unavailable. Now, you may have set boundaries with this person or withdrawn from them in some way, but regardless of whether or not that is the case, because of current circumstances, this person seems to perceive you as being inaccessible at this time to some extent. Again, this may apply differently for different people. But as a result of that, it's like they're in a situation where they feel like you're not fully accessible, but they also have now no desire to connect with anyone else because this person does seem to be very stuck on you. They themselves don't even seem to be able to consciously understand why they are feeling so stuck on you. That's part of what has them running in circles here. But they find themselves above all else, really desiring this happy family card with you, which often represents union or reunion energies. And this is really sitting on their heart space. I'm hearing it's something they feel in their gut. It's something they just viscerally feel that in their mind, they are meant to be with you or meant to connect with you. I feel like this may be someone who has attempted to date other people or to connect with other people, but it feels so shallow compared to what the two of you share together in this person's mind. Now, of course, you are the conscious creator of your life, so you have total free will as to how you move and operate and what choices you make regarding this person or any other connection coming through this reading. I am simply channeling into what I sense this person's perspective on the situation being here. I will say there is some level of, I'm hearing insecurity or heavy energy around this person as a result of a deep-seated insecurity that seems to be centralized to their sacral chakras. So this is someone who has a really deep wound around rejection or abandonment. I don't know why, but I'm getting that for some of you, this may be someone who struggles to take a joke from other people because they have a really strong fear of rejection or perceived rejection. So they may be someone who can be somewhat sensitive to what other people say about them, even in a joking way. That won't be the case for everyone, but I'm just getting for some of you that this person's rejection wound can manifest in ways that can cause them to be a little bit sensitive to criticism or sensitive to what other people are saying or thinking about them. And because of this, I almost sense that this is someone who almost might perceive rejection from you at times, even when you're not rejecting them. And this may lead to some further complications here, because you might find that this person will suddenly withdraw or go cold or act different because they are perceiving that you're rejecting them or going to be rejecting them, even when that's not the case from your end, if that makes sense. So we do have communication sitting on the root chakra. I will say that this person seems to very strongly desire a more consistent rhythm of connection or communication between the two of you in the physical world. I'm hearing I can't stop thinking about you. So this is someone who thinks about you very heavily. And again, I feel as though they don't even really fully understand why. I want to know what this person wants most out of you or out of the situation. Yeah, they want to shift when it comes to the way that the two of you communicate with adjacent possibilities in the upright position. This also could be someone that wants you to give them another chance or another opportunity if you do have a past with this person. What else do they want most out of this situation? They want a return to balance here. With Angel of Balance reversed, they've been feeling very unbalanced because they've been sensing that they've been cut off or disconnected from your divine feminine energy. And they're really seeking to be more connected with that energy. Because with Door to Value upright, this person senses or feels that the two of you have a lot of potential together. This also may be someone who desires a lot more stability materially, financially, or in the workplace as well, and may be lacking a little bit of confidence in that regard. So that might be something that they're working on here. Yeah, this is someone who, I don't know why I got the sense of someone leaving a karmic situation, environment, or pattern, and then it's like they're knocking on your front door, metaphorically speaking. With the contract reverse card, this talks about breaking free of karmic energy, and then we have the garden and the gate upright. So it's like this is someone who wants you to let down your walls with them. They want to be part of your inner circle, so to speak. But in order to do that, I feel like they are going to have to be the one to step away from karmic patterns, dynamics, or situations, whether that's internal karmic patterns or a karmic situation manifested in the form of a relationship or a person. I do feel that at the highest soul level, in spite of some of their insecurities and feelings of instability that might be affecting this connection, at the highest level, sitting on the crown chakra, we have the Caring Connections card. So this is someone who truly deeply cares for you at a soul level. And it's like their soul wants to show you that affection and show you that support. But because of some of this lower chakra wounding around, especially rejection, abandonment, this may be someone who does almost the opposite of what their soul is really trying to show. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be going deeper into how this situation may potentially move forward. We will be reading into some future timeline potentials as well as any further messages from this person. I will say with the Yin Yang card reversed coming out here, this is my number one twin flame card. So there is a chance that the person coming out here could be a twin flame. However, this also could be a high-level soulmate, so take it as it resonates. But I want to reshuffle the cards and channel any further messages from anyone or anything connected to the collective divine feminine at this time. Rest and rejuvenation reversed. This could be something happening while you're sleeping. Maybe you've been sleeping unusually, so either more or less than usual. If this is the case, know that this is all part of the process of bringing yourself into balance. I actually feel that, especially if you've been guided to sleep more recently or you've been sleeping more deeply, this is related to something that's being shifted and healed in your sacral chakra at this time. Even if this doesn't relate specifically to alterations in your sleeping habits, you may notice that you are wanting to create more moments of ease in your life. So you might be sitting more frequently, meditating more, journaling, doing things that bring you a feeling of ease and comfort as you feel guided to do them. And again, that could be deeply related to this sacral chakra healing taking place. And in connection with that, I'm hearing something about the vagus nerve, which is something talked about very frequently in the realm of holistic psychology and the importance of allowing yourself to heal and rebalance the vagal nerve to really calm your parasympathetic nervous system and allow you to manifest more effortlessly because you're coming from this place of ease and balance, which facilitates greater clarity and facilitates you raising your vibration more effortlessly without the triggered fight or flight responses that could come from traumas of your past or from even as long ago as your childhood. So again, that won't relate to everyone, but I am getting that may be something coming up for someone who is listening. And we also just have the energy of harmony, family, stability, and reunion connected with you here, represented by the happy family card. I'm hearing that you are meant to be really prioritizing this sense of peace and harmony internally above all else. It's interesting because that really relates not only to what we've been talking about in this reading, but also in last reading as well, where I talked about how when you create that environment of peace and stability within yourself, you create a foundation from which you can really be such a powerful manifester, but also a stabilizing force for those who have the privilege of being connected to you in some way. So in the extended version of this reading, I will be channeling into any other people or energies that may be connected to your aura at this time. We will also be channeling any additional messages from your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever divine forces you personally connect with. But to close this reading here, I'm going to go ahead and pull one final Rumi Oracle card. And this card is Enter the Garden of Delights. So I'm just going to read a guidebook message here. And the guidebook says, "Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive as a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavor to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb." Rumi. And the guidebook also says, "To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it and felt it already. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so the heart can live more freely. This is why you are so full of life. Your attempts to stay as you have been, to render something in your life immobile or impervious to change, have failed. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past." This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold over you. Put your worries aside and step into your divine inheritance, where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading today. Thank you so much again for sharing your own personal, powerful frequency with these reading videos. If you do resonate with my energy, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And of course, if you feel guided to it, the link to the extended reading video where I will be heading to next is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will connect with you here again in Monday's reading.